But real quick, let's get to Keyshawn
and Berinchyk
in New York this weekend, and then we'll get out of here. Motivational message. Make sure y'all sit there for that. But I think we got a good one coming to us.
Yeah.
I think, they matched him up correctly.
Yeah.
They matched him up with someone who's at the level that he should be fighting at.
in his first title fight.
In his first title fight. But, something I always say is promoters are always looking for what style is going to make my A side. What style is going to make the A side look great on fight night? And I think they found it with Berinchyk.
Why is that? What do you think it is about Berinchyk that'll let Keyshawn not just win?
Flat-footed. Aggressive. Super awkward, and he plays, and that's all. That's, I hate to say it, but that's like when I'm starving to fight somebody that's going to be aggressive and come get everything that I got. You know what I mean? So that's what I like.
Sound like you talking up a stoppage.
Yes, I am.
Okay, all right.
I have no doubt Keyshawn's going to win. It's just how does Berinchyk, because Berinchyk, he makes his money, at least he did when he won the belt against Navarrete in the transitions.
Ugly fight.
Yes, he has a very awkward rhythm and timing, and he's good in the transitions. When he's waiting for you to get off balance and take advantage of that. It's not clean, beautiful work. He's not like this guy who's so great at getting off first and taking the lead, and he's not great at being a traditional counterpuncher. He really takes advantage. Maybe you can explain it to the fans better, Sean, but Tim Bradley calls it in the transitions. After you punch and you're a little off balance, when you're trying to go straight back out, and he'll follow you out, or you're getting a little over aggressive, and he'll take the step back. Right. So he's crafty. He's savvy.
It was told to us,
and he switches.
And I saw it as a professional, but it was told to us in the Olympic program that the European fighters and the fighters in the other countries, they have studied us and figured out what we do wrong. And basically what we do wrong is after we punch, that's when we make our mistake.
Right.
After we punch, most of us are pulling straight back. And it's like I always say, that's human nature. Human nature is if somebody's attacking me, I go backwards. I go away from whatever's trying to get me. And so, most of us, we react on nature. My dad was drilling other movements into me so that I wouldn't revert back to nature of pulling back, which is why you saw me doing a lot more pivoting, stepping around, and things of that nature. So to that point, when Tim talks about the transitions, bing, bing, bing is usually there's not a 4 or a 5 punch combination thrown. Usually you get the 1. There's usually not a transition off of a 1. You can get a 2. There's a transition off of the 2. You got the 1-2. You got the reset, right? The jab, that's an automatic reset.
Yeah.
The 1-2 is a true reset. The 1-2-3, there's a reset. So that transition is that reset, and in that reset, boom, boom, hook. A lot of us are pulling straight back. A lot of us are staying there. That's the thing I hate the most is the fighters that don't use defense and they just punch and they stay there. And that transition, those European fighters have picked up on that at such a young age in terms of studying us and things like that. Not even studying us, but the coaches studied us and gave it to the fighters. Right. And so that's something he's brought over here, Berinchyk, that is knowing that timing of the 1-2-3, now I go.
He killed Navarrete with that.
The 1-2, now I go.
Yeah.
And you're right, could be a problem, but I don't think it's going to be a problem with Keyshawn. I could be wrong, but
the star keeps growing, or do we have a boring night of box?
No.
The star keeps going?
Star keeps growing.
The bar, I think, that he'd want to reach, and anybody behind Keyshawn wants to reach is Floyd Mayweather in his first title fight against Gennaro Hernandez, or Tank Davis in his first fight against Jose Pedraza. I think what they want is, I have no doubt he's going to win. It's just a question of, can he deliver that? Can he deliver that Friday in his first title fight? Yeah. And I think he can. Yeah. I think he can, but we'll see. Yeah. I have no doubt he'll win. It's just, can he deliver that in his first title fight?
Title, unification, end of the year?
I think it's more possible. It is possible because Top Rank has Lomachenko, and some people would call Lomachenko out for walking away from the Gervonta fight and then fighting Keyshawn, but whatever.
You thinking
in the year? That's what I said.
You thinking Keyshawn and Loma?
Or if Loma retires, Murataya
I
could
don't
get his
think,
hands on the IBF, and him and Murataya can fight for
I
that.
think Loma's done.
You think so?
You know, yeah. Remember I told you that I had done. Thank you. Remember I told you I had done. Had wrote down after his fight when I was over there in Australia. I wrote down,
yeah,
and I put the date on it. I lost the notebook, or it's at home or whatever. But I just felt like what he had said at the end of the fight. You know, he dedicated the fight to his dad and all that kind of stuff. And what Antt said earlier, something that you say, is that, you know, all fighters have they last that one more great fight. I felt like I was seeing it that night, you know, and I feel like when you're older and you, I always say the further you get away from a fight, the ring, boxing, the further you are away from coming back to it. You know, when you're young, you could take a 2-3 week vacation, you could eat it up and have a belly all the way out there, but you know you getting back to it. And so you like, I'm good, you know, and you get right back to it. But the older you get, the further you start to take away from the ring to spend time with family, to, you know, things of that nature. And obviously we know everything that's been going on and is still going on in the Ukraine. I think that, I really do. I think that he's done. I don't see him getting in the ring again. He's too smart to get in the ring with what you just said. Stuart Emmanuel says about the young fighters having the enthusiasm. It ain't a bad thing to not want that kind of night.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, this is why I retired. I don't want them kind of nights no more.
And you held
know
even basically with T.O. and Haney. Keyshawn might be the one to get you.
Exactly.
That might be the one too much. And
that's what Top Rank needs.
Yeah.
If they're trying to make
Keyshawn the guy, which I think they are.
But yeah. Not if, you know, they're trying. That's what they need. But I don't think they'll get that. And so what? Damn it.
They might make Keyshawn and Murataya if Murataya could get his hands on the vacant IBF belt if Loma does retire.
Yeah. And
so
I like
that's
Murataya.
possible.
So yeah, that's a really good fight.
So, but Keyshawn, he's got all the tools, man. Length, great jab, combinations. The body will be important for him in this fight if he wants to have the performance I think he wants, because Berinchyk, kind of like Lomachenko, you know, is good with the high guard. And so, you know, touch that up and pick them apart, run them into some shots.
Here's what I think is the difference between Keyshawn Davis and Terrence. Now, I can't think far back when Terrence first got going, but I got a feeling when he first got going, there was no starting slow. It was, I'm right to it. I'm getting the job done. We in, we out. I think he kind of like transitioned into this, you know, this methodical, let me just see what you got kind of guy. You know what I mean? And that's just who he is now. He let me see what you got. You know, that's where Keyshawn is now at this point in his career. He just get into it. I don't care how long it takes. It could be quick. It could be. It's gonna take how long it's gonna take. But you're gonna take all of what I got. I don't see him coming out being hesitant. And I think that's the thing with Berinchyk. If he gives hesitancy, then he'll give those openings that Berinchyk needs. But I think that's Keyshawn Davis's fight to lose.
Everything you take to be a star, pound for pound.
For sure.